What's up, fellas? It's Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL cornerback of the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Now I'm coaching y'all up. All right, so today is actually really good one because I rarely talk about this, and I had one of my young guys bring up this question, and I noticed that I actually have a few guys, mostly college guys, who asked this question. All right, so we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about how to play nickel. Now, I'm gonna make more videos on Nickelback, but I'm gonna tell you the importance of it in 1 second, okay? So just make sure you guys, if you have any questions, because this is how sometimes I make content for you guys, because I feed off your questions. Email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. First of all my DBs need to get training programs. That's automatic, okay? It's going to improve your skills, your mindset, your body, everything. Okay? It's a lot of information in there. And then just ask me questions. I want you guys to also take the assessment. So the grading scale is going to be in there too. So I want you to see where you are now so you can improve. All right. All right. So let's talk about Nickelback. So this is really going to be good for my college guys and pro guys or guys going into pro. Look, this is how I made the team. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. This is how I made the team in the NFL. All right, I want you to see my situation. I went in as an undrafted rookie free agent. I didn't go right after the draft. Number one, okay. I didn't go right after the draft, guys. So I made the team on a tryout. I got invited. It was me against this Texas dude, and I tell the story all the time. It was a very hard situation. Now, they drafted Glover Quinn, who's in what, fourth round, and Glover GQ's still balling. He's playing safety now, which we'll talk about in another video. You got Bryce McCain, who got drafted in the sixth round. Then you got Dante Robinson, who's franchise tag football player, who is the starter, like the starter. He got paid almost $9 million that year, so he's gonna be there. And you have Jock Reeves, who is supposed to be the man too, who's gonna be the starter, right? You got Fred, man. You got my situation. I look back at it now. I'm like, how in the world did I even? Because I didn't. I'm just a kid, man, coming off the street. I didn't know any better. If I would have knew better, I don't know if I would have made the team. You know what I'm saying? So like, the situation was stacked against me. I didn't know any better, which is a good thing for me. But the way how I made that team that year was getting good at nickel. And we're going to talk about some characteristics that will help you be a better nickel. And let's talk about why you should play. Number one, quick story on this, because I don't have too much time on this video. And I'll show you this video. I'm going to let this play. So I know you guys get antsy. You want to see some action. So look, I remember before I started, so I came in at cornerback, played a little nickel in college, but for the most part, nickel in college was third and longs. If they needed somebody to come in and play man on an extra receiver, and I'll come in and play man inside. Right? That's simple. But nickel is actually a lot more complicated than that. When David Gibbs, I remember we were in the locker room. Man, I'm working to try to make the squad. David Gibbs, I see them kind of like sneak away. He grabbed Bryce McCain and Glover Quinn. And he was like, "Hey, y'all, come over here." And I just happened to see him like, whoa, where y'all think y'all going? Like I ran because everybody go to the meeting room to go over extra nickelback work. Coach Gibbs did stuff like this. He liked certain guys. He wanted certain guys to play, so he would kind of I would say manipulate the system to make it happen. But I happened to catch him. I said, whoa, I'm going in here too, you know. So one of the first things he had us do, he got a cut up. So you college guys, I'm gonna tell you who to research. Arguably the best nickelback ever is Rondé Barber. He played for years. I had the opportunity to play against him my first year, my rookie year, and his last year. So I'm gonna let this play while we're talking. All right. So Rondé Barber was a beast at nickel, guys, especially at the end of his career. All right. So here's the thing about Nickelback. We'll just talk about some characteristics. The reason why you want to be good at Nickelback is because you're going to be in more of the action. So let's say a cornerback, because remember, you're trying to make the squad, so you need to have opportunities where you're in there making some plays. Okay. So my first game in the NFL was against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna tell you the story about how I got knocked out and finished the game, which is probably not the smartest thing to do, but I ended up getting like registering 4 tackles, I think like 2 breakups, and all of that was at nickel. So even though we had a whole bunch of corners, my opportunity, really the opportunity for me to get reps was at nickelback. All right. So you're gonna be more of the action, whether it be tackles, you're gonna be guarding. They like to get the ball to the slot, so you're gonna have more opportunities on covering guys and the ball coming to you. And then you got even blitz. You got nickel blitzes. All right. So let's talk about nickelback. So back to what Rondé Barber. Rondé Barber um played. He had to play. It was like 16 years. So imagine all the knowledge that you accrued over 16 years playing at the top level. Okay, so Coach Gibbs put us he got us a cut up of Rondé Barber nickelback plays, and it was amazing. All right, so here's some of the characteristics that I noticed from him, and I want you guys, if you don't have, figure out a way to get the cut ups of him. You know what I mean? Playing nickelback. I wish I still had it. Obviously, I would go over it with you. But guys in the NFL, if you have any friends in the NFL, they probably still have access to that old film. So hit them up, ask them those questions. Try to get some cut up. Hey, you got any cut ups of Rondé Barber? Because I'm telling you, his nickelback film was amazing. Okay. All right. So some characteristics of a great nickelback. So you have to be smarter when it comes to playing nickel. There's a lot more to remember. And I didn't learn this until that year, man. I had to learn so much. So you got run fits now. So at cornerback, for the most part, you think about it, you're not gonna have many run fits. At nickelback, you're basically playing linebacker. All right, so you're an extra DB playing linebacker. So you got to know what to do when the ball comes to you, meaning it's run to you, it's run away. You got to learn how to squeeze those gaps. You got to learn this stuff, okay? And then you're gonna have, even when it comes to your pass, when you're defending the pass, you got to know that stuff. So you got to know both. All right. One of the other things is being physical. So now you're gonna be in the mix a little bit. So you got to know how to avoid blocks. You got to know how to take on blocks as if you are a linebacker or a safety that's dropped down. All right. So you got to know how to get up. Like, that's very important, man. Being physical, being a sure tackler. Okay. Um, and then, like, we talk about drops. So what I'm going to get into with you guys, I'm going to do more when it comes to cover three from the nickelback perspective, how to get in your exit angle and go curl the flats. Cover two, when you drop back a zone, how to actually do that. We're gonna talk about how we did it. I remember when I was with the Texans, our coach liked us to first of all read, make sure it's not run. So if it's run, we had to buzz our feet, if and then read if it was pass. So it's a little different as a cornerback. Well, actually a lot. And then we had to basically backpedal, slow pedal about 10 to 15 yards, and then we kind of settle right there, and you reading the quarterback. So let's say, and somebody who's really good at this was Cato June. So Cato June played some great ball at linebacker. He actually was a linebacker. And what you would have to do, if let's say the quarterback does his drop, okay, it's pass. Okay, you buzz your feet, make sure it's not run. Now it's pass. You back up, slow pedal back, and then you're in a shuffle once you get your depth that you need. And then let's say that the quarterback shoulders go to the right, you shuffling to the right, right? And then he releases the ball. I'm talking about you're low, you're taking off, you know, um, you basically go from a shuffle to a sprint. And the reason why you don't want to cross over immediately is obviously if the quarterback turns his shoulder the other way. It's easier for you to recover when you shuffle. But my point is, it's different. It's different drops when it comes to playing nickel, and um, is you got run fits now. So you got to be physical. You gotta know the run fits. You got to know your pass drops. This is all this extra stuff that you have to know. But it's very important. You got to know how to blitz. So you may not know at cornerbacks, because think about it. At corner, you have maybe one corner blitz in there for you guys, maybe one. But at nickel, you can have the B gap blitz. You can have, I mean, it's look again. You're playing as if you're a linebacker in there. So you got to know how to blitz, and this comes with experience. It comes with a great teacher to teach you how to do it. Um, So there's just a lot more when it comes to the game. But once you guys see how it's done first, and that's why good coaches are gonna show you how it's done. I'm not saying they necessarily gonna be on the field and demonstrate it, but a good coach will at least get you some cut ups, and that's what he did for us. And that is the probably the only reason why I made that squad. That's the only reason I stuck around. And matter of fact, I feel like if I would have played more nickel when I was with the Saints and at the end of my career, I would have had more opportunities to make more plays. And I wanted to play nickel. The thing is, at nickel, I always felt I felt really good at nickelback being in there because I felt like I could move around a little bit more. So understand this: we talk about slot, so covering man in a slot. I say, look, at the end of the day, if you're safety, corners over, or nickel, and you're in the slot and you're playing man, you can play press or off. Look, you got usually got free safety help uh in the middle. You know what I mean? Deep middle, right? So single high safety. And obviously, if the receiver runs an over route, you got to be on it. You know, if he runs a inside breaking route, you got to be on it. You want to make that play, but you can kind of you have more safety over there. But when the receiver makes an outside breaking route, if you're not playing with the outside shade, I mean, they can really have their way with you when it comes to that. So I always felt like it was easier from that perspective because I knew I could start inside, then I can move outside the last second. I can make sure that I kill all outside breaking routes and just make sure I rally and work to make a play on the inside breaking route. So I felt more free when it came to playing nickel. I could fake. I could let's say I'm acting like a man, and then I could act like I'm gonna go in for the blitz, and then I can come back to play the man, or vice versa. I could act like I'm playing man, and then judge the cadence right, and I can go blitz. I could show like I'm playing man in zone for a second. I just felt more free, and that kind of gave me confidence when it came to that. So uh, I think the point of this video is how to improve your likelihood of making a squad. Number one, and I'm telling you, just play nickel. How to get really good at playing nickel? Well, you got to see the greatest. See the greats. Uh, get some cut ups of these guys. Okay, it will change the game for you. It will change the game, and that's what Rondé Barber, man. I'm telling you. Maybe somebody who will be good. You can look up GQ. Look up Glover Quinn. Glover Quinn was a really good nickel. I don't know if they got him coming down anymore to play it. Probably not. Um, but you may be able to find some cut ups of him in Houston. He was really good. Uh, learn how to tackle. If you don't know how to tackle, you're not a physical guy. You need to you need to learn how to do it. So I have actually a video where I show like the Seahawks tackling drill. That's on the channel. But learn how to tackle. Keep your head up. Wrap up. Be a sure tackler. Learn how to blitz. So go with the linebackers, because usually linebackers are blitzing. So go with the linebacker coach, ask them how to blitz. Learn the run fits. So learning run fits, that's going to help you out a lot. You should be doing this stuff anyways. And I tell my cornerbacks this. You want to know what everybody, because it's very easy to just basically just get used to doing what you do over there. It's really easy to do that. But the great cornerbacks usually do move inside anyways. That's what happened to Rondé because you kind of lose a step after when you start to get older. So you're going to probably move to safety anyway. So you better know this stuff. You need to know this stuff before it's too late. Because like GQ moved, the best safeties I learned can play corner. They can play corner. Matter of fact, they moved from cornerback to safety. Maybe they lost a step, like D'Angelo Hall. I don't know, D'Angelo Hall, GQ, Rod Woodson. Shoot, Deion Sanders moved inside at the end of his career. So Charles Woodson. So you want to learn the run fits. You need to know what everybody's doing on the field. And I'm going to post some videos of those zone drops for the nickelback and what it's supposed to look like in different coverages. We go over man all the time. So in man, they're at the end of the day, you can do different techniques. Like they got got the scooch technique. You can do regular back pedal or come up and press, blitz feet, depending on what scheme it is. But at the end of the day, unless it's zero coverage, you're gonna play inside shade. You know what I mean? Cover two man, you're gonna play inside shade. But I'm saying outside shade should be good, man. Don't let nobody get any outside breaking routes on you and rally to everything else. So we're gonna continue to make more videos. Hopefully you guys are improving and getting better. Make sure you email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com if you have any questions. Ask me for the programs and let's get it. Peace.